First of all, we have to say good evening to everybody. Yes. And now we're starting a new Shaar, a new gate. Then we're opening a new door. Shaar, Avodat, Elohim. I said, Avodat Hashem. When people say Avodat Hashem, what does it mean? Avodat Hashem. How do you serve it? Maybe we're missing the whole point. Yeah. So it's better. How are you?
Ephraim.
Ephraim. מאיר, תראה שנייה, למטה תראה, עושים לך את הקלאזט שם. שואל אותי הוא? כן. לא, רק תראה אם זה בסדר או לא בסדר. So far, we spoke about how many favors Hashem does to us, how much good and everything else. Now, maybe we're going to move back there.
No, we have two.
So it's coming late.
How you doing? Everything's okay? How about you? Keep smiling? Always. Good. Always you should smile.
No reason not to.
Very good. That's a good answer. Where's the other one?
He's a little bit tired today.
Tired? Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So,
He usually is straight up guy. If he doesn't feel it, I don't.
that's it.
Usually he felt by himself. Let's go.
Yeah.
Motivate. Yeah.
So now, we will not understand how much good Hashem does to us if we will not start between a person to a person. Because this we see in the reality, right? So he said, let's do this, he said. He said, I'm going to bring you 5 kinds of favors that people are doing to each other. And how do you feel about it? Right? And how do you feel if a person will not
Be grateful.
Yes. Okay. He said, let's start on the ground and then we gradually will go up. First of all, whatever parents doing to the kids, Abba to his kids, right? What they do for him, what he does for them. Can you compare it with that? Huh? Not even in a million years now. So, but, right? So, Abba to a son, right? He gives and he gives and he gives and he gives and he gives. And if they're not going to be chutzpahdik, Baruch Hashem. At least they're not chutzpahdik. Okay. Tovat האדון לעבדו. When you're working for somebody, right? Does he do favor to you? Yes or no? Huh?
Give you a place to work.
Place to work. He is the source of the parnasah, right? Good. So that's number 2. But at least you're working. He pays you, but you're working. Okay? You're working. Not like a father and son. A father and a son. You just give and give and give and give, and so no returns.
Return to his children.
Yeah, that's life. But that's number 1. Then come employer and employee. That's number 2. I'm doing something and he pays me, but still, even though I'm doing something, he gives me the opportunity to do something and to get paid. That's number 2. Tovat Ashir Le'ani. A poor man, he needs support. He's come a rich man and he supported him. Right? That's number 3. It's a favor. It's good. It's chesed. Very good. But he's giving him the money because he wants to get the reward from Hashem. But he gives. But he has ideas, it's a business. I give because I know I'm going to get a reward. Investment. A long-term investment, but it's investment.
It's okay like this, Alan?
Okay, now he'll say the categories, and then he will explain each one. Very, very interesting. Yes. Number 4. We're doing favor to each other. Right? Today, I'll do to you. Tomorrow, you may do to me, and so on. That's the way it goes. But they're doing it not l'shem shamayim. I want people to respect me. In a way, whatever we're asking, he does. Because, I'm doing it because I want to be respected in the community. Or to create for himself a good name. Yes? או לענות תמורתן מגמול בעולם הזה לכשיצטרפו לו. Meaning, he said, let me make them favors, because one day when I need them, right, they cannot say no to me. He has a motive behind the favors that he does.
Good dreamer.
Huh?
Good dreamer.
Okay, decided.
He's investing.
Yeah. 5, that's the last one. Tovat el-chazak la-chalash. A person is weak and he has a neighbor that is whoever comes to bother you, I'm here. I'll take care of him. Don't worry. Why? Because you feel bad for him, you feel pity for him. And he feels bad that he is not able to stick up for himself. He says, okay, I'll do it. He does it because he feels pity. Okay? So we have 5 categories that we have to deal with each one of them. And then he wants to take us to compare it what Hashem doing to us. Okay?
Good idea.
Yes. You see, he takes things and he mamash putting on the operating table, and he will kaka shred it.
Dissect.
Yes, mamash, and you'll see finally why am I doing this? Why am I going to shul? Why am I putting a feeling? What I'm trying to accomplish is I want a name, respect, this, that. What's the motive behind all this? Maybe I'm doing all this because I want a reward. Yes? Is it good? It's not good.
Well, we don't know by the age how we're gonna be, because I know people,
No.
they was very, very humble.
Yeah.
They do a lot of stuff. And but by the year, they wanna to everybody like you said, by the year they wanna the people
По-русски как там?
чтобы respect, so they wanna
Compensate.
they want a lot of respect, because by the age they're thinking if they're gonna get the age,
People will respect it.
yeah. And
For what we did for you when
It's
we
a
were
reward.
much younger.
Reward.
Yes.
by the age, I don't know why I know it when they was young, it was he was laughing, the people when people want to respect, but today he become like this also.
Why? Because there, so now you see there's few reasons why it's like that. Either you feel left out, and usually people, they forget the favors that you do to them. And now he became old, and he was expecting, people at least to appreciate him, right? So people will tell you one time, Chazak u'Baruch, thank you very much, and that went life. And he is expecting that every time, people say, I know, yeah, he comes recognition. That's why the Torah is saying when a person becoming old, if he's not inside the Torah, then you're going to see the real person where he was spending his life.
This case is different.
Why?
In this case, this person probably, if I'm talking about the same person, he was in an environment of the people that always was doing something. But they were, any event they go, their name was like, they put the
Yeah.
boom, boom, that's to bring the name.
Yes.
But this person, he did also a lot to the youngsters, to the family. He also wants a little respect, but now probably left out because the children got married. He's alone with his wife. A lot of things coming to the head to think about.
You know what our grandfather used to say? Make a kind, good thing, mitzvot, and let it fly like a bird. Goodbye. You did it?
No, in the older days that people want to say.
No, but
But
I'm
we
saying
don't know,
how he
we
said it.
don't know the environment we're gonna end up in.
So now he wants to teach you why he wrote all this. For us not to be disappointed at the end. No. Because then, you see, if you're doing things and you have expectations, you're always going to be disappointed.
Do it and forget it.
You do because Hashem wants you to do it. And I want to do it for myself. What's the reaction will be from the other side? Couldn't care less, right? It takes a lot of learning to get to this point.
I have a question.
Yes.
Then in Torah, there is a lot when Hashem gives us mitzvot, the description of the mitzvot, always talks about reward. Kibbut avayim, long life, You do what I tell you to do. I'm gonna give you rain. I'm gonna give you this on time. This, always reward is there.
We know that.
So if the best service of Hashem is not to think of the reward, yet Hashem is putting with the mitzvot the reward.
Yes. Why? Because not everybody is on the same level.
So it's according to the most.
So Hashem says, I have to tell you what the game is calling for, right? You do this, you get this, you do this, you get this, you do this. Okay. But no, this is Bukhara.
No?
Far away from this.
Чой.
בטח,
Я только сейчас.
ניסוחני. נחמד, באופן. שוי, I'm טוב.
See, we have to tell you what is the foundation, right? And then people has to use their brain, right? You know, sometimes when you like a person, you feel privileged to work in such a place that you don't care anymore about the salary. The place itself, you know, you feel so good in the environment that the money becomes already a very side issue. And that's why we have to get that this, the reward is, it's, we want to serve Hashem because of the greatness of that we privilege that they are Jews. Just to think, what will happen if I were born Chinese? Only this, you know, only that.
Or African American. Let's go next
Now
step.
you're privileged, Rabbi, you're African American.
Now you'd be very privileged.
You can even imagine.
So many grants for them, right? That's crazy.
You see, people when they say Baruch Atah Hashem Shelo Asani, go, they scream, go. We just to appreciate that we born Jews. You know, only for this you have to say all day long, thank you to Hashem. All day long. Just for this part. Huh? So now he said, listen to what he says. ועלינו להתבונן. He said, now we have to do MRI now. Yeah. In these 5 categories of doing favors to people, אם הם מתכוונים, if the כוונה is לעזור, באמת they want to help from the bottom of their heart, they're doing good to you. Yes, we cannot deny it. But they're doing it without any cheshbon. No, if I'll do this, I'll get this, or if I'll do this, when I'll get all the people who say, yeah. I do it because I want to do it. Not expecting anything.
Not even from children. So
I think from children you expect still.
From the children, you're not expecting anything. Because this is the attitude that when you bring a child, you know that you have only to invest. Exactly.
When you're getting old, you also like
Oh,
it's not to forget you.
so I'll tell you what. Every parent will tell you, Halavai, I should be healthy, and I don't need any help for my kids.
Independent.
That's true.
Because after all, when the parents needs the help from the children, if you know, you don't feel good with this.
As is not fair.
Yeah, but a person that gave all the time, gave, and now he needs their help. He said,
Without doubt, it's not normal. I agree. But situations where you have no choice as a parent, God forbid, not capable.
But one of the shurim also Rav mentioned when you reach a certain cap and then you're on a downward
Yes.
trend. So it's the way of life.
yeah. So now, when you're reaching the cap, okay, can you stay on the cap? Why not?
Ну, есть пик, а потом, человек дошел до пика, а потом идет вниз постепенно.
You see, if you get to a point that you need mamash kara, not able to move or this and that, okay, fine.
Talking about this.
Yeah. That's okay. Yes, you are expecting at least something from your kids, right? But every parent will tell you, otherwise we should not get to this because we don't, to the people we gave all our life, I'll feel terrible if they have to do something for me. Even though for the chinuch is very good, they have to learn how to return. And whatever they're gonna do for the parents, it will never be even.
Of course.
I mean, children are really not teaching. It's not really for the person who's doing it for his parents. It's more for the future generation. Because the grandkids get to see.
Yes.
Some people have the great grandkids.
Yes.
Because if you don't show them that, then that generation's gone.
It's all about this.
We
We remember how our grandparents, most of them went really young age.
Yes.
Right? I remember how especially my father, he was carrying my grandma on his hands.
Yeah.
Already so many different issues, right? And we remember as kids, so that's how you learn. Not like, oh, let me teach you how you need to do this. You do like this. No, but examples. See, examples. Right.
Now, sometimes או שהם מתכוונים לעזור לעצמם הם. By me doing you a favor, I want to help myself. So I'm using you. Right? You became a target. Hear me out now, okay? Don't fall off your chair. Sometimes I'm looking for a target, right? I give them what they want, yes, because I want to create good name for myself. So without them, I will not be able to have a good name. So I found him, he's in a need. Here I come, I give you what you need. I use you in order to create myself a good name.
Good.
No good.
No.
No.
Like PR, PR.
Yeah, but it's not something pure L'Shem Shamayim. It's not you doing it because you buy. chesed.
Let me give you an example. You do this beautiful lecture.
Yes.
You're investing in us. We are your targets, right? Let me
Yeah.
finish. Maybe the goal is so we can spread this news to other people, and we tell them too that look, this is really good. We like it. Please come too.
Okay.
So that's you using us for this, so we could just bring more people.
No. If I'm going to use it just to create for myself a name, and I'll be in the pictures in the Bukhari Times, right? With the Joma and everything else.
Not to profit, not to profit.
No,
I didn't mean like monetary way.
no, but even a name,
Right.
This, the moment that you start to do something and you have a motive behind it,
It's not good.
you're becoming a user.
Yeah.
It's a harsh word, but that's the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. It hurts. You know?
Пойдем в бескорыстие. Мы здесь вот уже 30
That's
лет.
why the Matan Tzedakah Beseter meeting, you give, I have a person, he says, every time you have a kala, they don't have money, you call me up.
Wow.
And you don't say who gave. Meaning, you see a person and he gives checks that are not hundreds, many thousands. And he comes to your house. He comes to your house and he said, how much do you need? I told him, we missing like 10,000. Chick Chuck, he take his book out. He write you a check 10,000. Say, take it. Don't say who it is. Please.
But the check has the name.
No.
Oh.
The check has no name.
Corporation.
No, so he give it on the name of the yeshiva, and then I have to give a check. Meaning, nobody knows who it is. That's something to appreciate. You know, he's not looking for target. He's not looking to make himself a name. Shum davar, he mamash doing this.
When you give donation online, let's say like GoFundMe, something,
Yes.
it's better to put anonymous, not to put your name, right?
Depends.
This is what people see when they give.
If you're important man and you're trusted one, and people see that you donated,
They're gonna
everybody would jump in.
See? So that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That purpose is okay, right?
Yes.
Right.
So that's why you have to know when yes.
I was asking about this situation.
Yeah.
Not to make a profit, but to make people follow good steps. You know, that's what I meant.
Yeah. So now we have to see, are we doing it like Abba to a son, or we doing it
Something.
like the other ones that they, whatever they do, they expect something in return, or they say it's an investment. I know in a few years I'm going to need him. I'm going to need him. So when I'll come, he will not have the face to say no to me.
That's most of society.
Huh?
Most society.
Okay, good. So if we want to serve Hashem like this, oy vavoy lanu. It's very sad. So that's why this gate, we're gonna go one by one, because here you're gonna learn what does it mean to be Hashem's servant.
We have a few, that's it. It's a commandment to do.
Not only that,
Well, it's commandment, that's it.
it doesn't have the command we know. What do I understand for myself? Do I understand that Hashem doesn't owe me? I owe Hashem so much Leave the obligation. If the obligation is already part, you don't have choice.
By your
You
heart.
put it like this.
By
You have to
your
do it.
heart. Use your heart.
Use your heart. We want, it's coming from yourself. Don't think about the obligation.
So Hashem gave us the obligation to do His mitzvot amendment. It's an obligation. We have to do it, right? He's just giving you a choice. You want, you do it, but you're gonna pay for it.
So it's not
But
the
you have to
choice.
give us a gratitude.
Ideally, you
That's
should
the
do it
best
with your
part.
heart. Ideally.
Yeah, but that comes.
If you
You
don't
see?
have a heart, then
A
obligation.
child go to school because he has obligation to go to school.
Yes.
Right? You coming here, nobody forcing you to come.
We have an obligation to learn in the morning and night.
Nobody forcing you.
You enjoy it. So you come.
You want to come, right?
Sometimes I don't want to come. Tired.
Okay.
I force myself because I have to learn. That's it. I program myself. I have to learn that night. That's it.
Good. But again, it's not because of the you that you have. Okay, I'm going now with my handcuffs. Okay, I have to learn. I have to learn. This,
Like a job.
the learning will be
What obligation?
if it's not coming from yourself.
You want to learn.
But can't obligation
The
become love?
beginning, we have to do this. We have to come and tell you, just taste it. Ta'amu u'u ki tov Hashem. First, like a child. I don't like it. Okay, taste it. No, yes, no, yes. Finally, is that? Good. Then you open again about his mouth. That's it. The Torah is the same way. Ta'amu. First you have to taste. But until you taste, I don't like it. I don't like how it looks, why it's so big, why it's so small. All excuses. But when they see it, they say, oh, it's good. It's very good. Now, let's go to number one, father and son. That's the highest one. האב המטיב לבנו ברור, כן? שהוא מתכוון לתועלת עצמו. אבא, that feeding his son, working for him, send him to school and everything else. שהרבן הוא חלק מהאב. Every child is like part of you. Yeah? He's part of you. בנוסף לכך, to add more into this part, Hashem gives a nature that every parent loves the child no matter what.
You want to know?
Hashem engraved it in us.
Yeah. Father and son, they don't talk to each other for years. They don't, no connection, nothing. How they do it? Happens. How they do it? He's not my son, that's it.
There is always extraordinary cases. Yeah, I saw something.
I know a case where parents literally do not talk to a daughter at all. Nothing to do with her. Totally disconnected.
Must have been something serious.
Yeah. And the proof is, he said, and the proof, שהרי האבא worried about his son all the time. Food, drinks, clothing. Today he has his own room and his own this. Everything is his own. 50 pair of shoes. Yeah. Today, the parents just giving and giving and giving. Don't stop. More than what you care about yourself. Many times parents going to buy something for themselves. They don't say, you know what? That's good for my child. they're coming back home with clothing for the son or for the daughter. But you said that you're going to buy for yourself. Nah, I said,
Person who gives enjoy more.
yeah,
That's okay.
you see?
You give, you enjoy more than them. That's the problem.
And the parents protecting the child from every, chas v'shalom, something will happen to them. They don't care. I'm going. Where are you going? With my friends. Where are you going? I'll be back home. Where are you going? And then they say, I'm not a child anymore. I know what I'm doing. Okay?
My wife does the job.
But they don't understand that we afraid for their safety. And they take it like we are too controlling. Right? Don't control me.
Old school.
Old school. וקל בעיניו לסבול ולטרוח ולהתייגע למען מנוחתו. We'll do everything. You're going to fly overseas, coming back and forth. And these kids sitting there, eating cereal, sushi, pizza, and Abba on the planes, Shama, going back and forth, or stuck in the traffic in bed. While they Habibi, and then I don't like this house. I don't like it.
Where is fruit punch?
What are you doing for us already?
Not big enough.
My friends have much more than we have. Blah, blah, blah. Parents, your stomach can turn upside down.
I say you don't like it. Just pack, I'll help you.
But it's gonna come around. Their time is gonna come.
Oh, and worse, because it's going downwards, Habibi.
But we feel more pain from that also. We don't want our grandkids to feel pain.
It's no win situation, right?
Yeah.
No,
It gets worse and worse.
while you in the snow outside, Shama, still at work and still trying to come back home, this kid sitting with his phone, Coca-Cola over here, there. Yes. And it's not even bothering you. No, you like it. That's my son. We want our son to be happy, בנוסף לכך, I'll add more into it. הרי טבוע באב רגש של רחמים. Abba always have mercy and pity for his kids. ובכל זאת, but anyhow, חייב הבן, the son is obligated, and מצד התורה, the Torah will obligate you, and מצד השכל, where is your brain? כן? לשרת את אביו, to serve his father, ולכבד אותו, to respect אבא, ולירא ממנו. Meaning, my father came home.
That's what Rabbi's ATM machine.
The best word for father is ATM.
You have a dollar sign. Here comes the dollar sign.
Cash out.
That's because you allow it. It's your fault.
ATM machine.
You should be happy that we can take care of somebody. Of course. I enjoy things.
My kids once, my wife, they told me, don't give them any money. I said, okay, so I don't give them. And so here comes these twins. Hava, I need money. We need money. We have to buy pizza. I said, I don't have cash today. I'm sorry. So they're looking at each other and say, so give us a check. My checkbook is in the office. I don't have it on me. So get a credit card.
That you don't have, sell it to me.
Unbelievable. I'm telling you, the generation
I know, my
we're in
life.
trouble.
You don't need it. They go to Chaim, you have a number over there. Go to my father's account. Put on my account.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put on my account.
I
That's
have one
every Friday I go and pay. That's it.
First time when I went to Israel, and from my father-in-law,
Yeah.
kids, they went to the store.
Yeah.
How big is your account?
They get stuff and always putting down.
Yeah.
And Friday, before he come to Shabbat,
It goes and pays.
it's a lot. He said, "What are you getting?"
The storekeeper is also a bank. He has to carry you also. You know?
Getting, and end of the week, he went and paid.
Yeah.
I pay every end of the week. I go Friday, I pay for everything. Whatever she go, I pay.
When my kids were in Israel, right? When I came to visit, it was a cleanup time. My father came. Okay, from store to store. Okay, how much is the book? Okay, I pay over here. How much more? Every. No. That's the business in Israel. To right.
All of the,
Yeah,
that's how they run the business.
Yeah.
It's all unbalanced.
Uh-huh.
All the makollets, the small shops, all on the noble.
They put it, right?
Yeah.
Then you pay it.
They trust you.
But they don't, not for everybody. They
Huh?
don't do for everybody.
No.
They know people that give.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, sometimes I pray people remember the number and they will say the same number that they put on their account. The cashier has to know you.
Okay. So now it says, listen, Hashem gave you a nature to take care of your child, right? To protect the child. And he says, all the good that you give in your child, anyway, it's not yours. Hashem sent it to you to give it to the child. So the child can say, why should I respect you? Anyway, Hashem sent you the money, right? Yeah, that's an argument. The money is not yours.
Because of me, Hashem gives you money.
Yeah.
Oh, they tell you like this?
It's a really smart kids.
No, actually, he said, you only the messenger to bring the money from Hashem to his child. This is Hashem's child. You only the messenger, the shomer.
Amazing they wrote about this so many thousands of years ago. That's exactly what it is now.
Yeah, of course. It was always like that.
No, but now they have the chutzpah to actually say this. Back then they would never say this.
No, they know it. No, the kids.
Yeah, that's
But so he wants to say, even though you're only the messenger, and even though Hashem gave you a nature to protect and everything else, the child has to respect you. The messenger he has to respect. Why? Because Hashem gave him a job to protect you. So the protector you have to respect.
employed.
Yes. Meaning the parents are the shaliach of Hashem. Through them, Hashem sent everything to this child, right? So since Hashem chose them to be the messengers, you have to respect them.
Because they're the best ones for this job.
Yes, and they're putting all the effort. Hashem only supplied them, but they have to cook, they have to do everything else. Okay, so you have to respect them. So now you see this: a child, if his mind is on the left side, says that, why should I respect you? You're only the mailman, right? Why should I respect you?
And
Then
I respect Melman.
Then comes the Torah. Torah says, hey, Chavidik, you have to respect your parents and to obey whatever they say to you, because they get all the obligations from Hashem to implement what they have to implement to channel you to the right direction. So this you have to appreciate and to respect.
It doesn't matter if your parents religious, not religious, is not important. This is their business.
Yeah. It's painful. It's painful that the parents are not there, and sometimes they're against even. But after all, they are your parents. After all, the relationship that they have with Hashem is not your problem. This is their problem.
It's interesting that in this shiur we are combining the two parts together. Avodat and Kibbutz Avayim.
Yeah,
it's right now together.
Yeah, right now it's together. Yes. Here is the details, detail by detail, what you have to do at home. If a father wants to drink for you coffee, are you allowed to accept it? You're not allowed to accept it. Please, please don't do it. That's the details.
Mm-hmm.
The scenarios they'll tell you.
But you're allowed to say, don't do it.
No.
Let's say
You say, Abba, please, I have to do. Why you have to do it? For me. But he said that the Abba wants to. He feels good when he's doing it to his son. So if you see that he feels okay with this, accept it. Accept it. Because it makes him feel good. Right? So now, even though the parents are only the shlichim, the shaliach, and Hashem sent them all the tools to pay the yeshivot, to pay for the clothing, it's all from Hashem account. Everything. Right? So the child, if he will not know how to respect them, for sure he will not know how to respect the one who's sending it. Right? Now we're going to number 2. גם האדון, המטיב לעבדו. Yeah. Why do I get more employees? Because I want to make more money. In their time, let's say a master bought a slave, right? Otherwise, this slave will go to jail. So he said, listen, how much he stole, how much money he took. Here is the money. You come work for me for free now because I paid. I took you out of jail. And now you're going to live in my house. You're going to live. No? It's good?
Big obligation.
Big. But he says, at least I have an Eved, I'll give him a wife and they're going to bring more babies, and my wealth will go. Then if I need cash, I'll go to the market, I'll sell one of them, and I'll get money. Yeah?
Original investment back.
Yes, good. So he is buying it because he wants to enhance his wealth. Or a balabait, a boss that have a worker. Why does he need a worker? I need you to help me, okay? He hired, so while she, and at your office, if you have assistant, she take care of him and you're going to the next one, right? That's the way it goes, right? From this room to this room, from that to that. If she is not there, you're stuck, right?
When they're not there, it's a big lesson for me how to appreciate my wife. Because if they're not there, I have to do all by myself.
All by yourself.
All by myself. Small things, big things, everything. It happened.
Clean teeth, for example. That's not your job. This is for them, right?
No, they don't do that.
No?
Assistants don't do that. It's a hygienist.
Yeah. So I go to them. This is one of my students over here that grew up over here and now became a dentist. I go to him. If I will not go to him, he'll get very offended. I come there, Habibi, no appointment, no clue. I walk in and say, okay, the rabbi is here, I have to take him. So I have to clean my teeth there. He sent me,
Hygienist.
yeah. And she's doing a job and he tell her you have to do a very good job. I'll come to check. And then he come and check. Yeah. Yeah. So I want to make my income much more so I can see more clients while she is doing her stuff. So I hire her for my benefit. I need her for my benefit, yes? Even though she's enjoying also because she has a job.
It's called symbiosis. Yeah.
ובכל זאת, he says, even though without her, it's going to be very difficult for you to function. And these helpers of yours, helping you to make more income, they have obligation to appreciate you and to respect you. If she is not knowing what she's doing, say, I'm doing you a favor, I'm here. If I leave you stuck, and they met you stuck, right? But that's not what the Torah says. The Torah says, Hashem chiyev, Hashem obligated the worker to say thank you to the boss. Why? Because after all, he gave you a chance and he gave you a job. So don't throw a stone, right, from a pit that you drank water from.
Спасибо говорят. Я говорю, Rahman,
Well, the workers,
I'm yet to hear thank you.
they're doing you a favor. Okay?
They know their rights.
Some of them are family members, Rabbi.
They know their rights.
Some of them family members.
Is it okay to hire family members?
Huh?
To hire family members? Like distant, not close.
I had a cousin and an uncle work.
It's very,
Favor.
very difficult. My advice is not to do it.
Sometimes you have no choice. Huh?
To hire?
Sometimes they need a job and you know, you have to give it to them.
You see, sometimes even brothers have to work together. It's
Depends on their wives, though, Rabbi.
huh?
It all depends on their wives.
Yes,
If the wives are good, then.
medium.
Whenever it depends on
Medium.
the brother.
If they're not going to stick, they knows where it's done.
Belong.
Not belong. The brothers will always do good. Always. By the one saying, huh? He bought a car. How come you cannot buy a car? Huh?
We in the same business. The old Bukharis,
You're partners too. Careful.
the old Bukharis never recommend partnership.
Rav Chaim, Alav Shalom, he said, no partners. No partners. He hated it. He said, no partners. Make less, but be independent.
That should be a part.
Because it's always
Not
ending not good. Most of the time is ending not good.
What about our father and son?
We were brothers with my father. Whatever he said, no.
He was the original boss. He was the boss, or you guys were? Who was
No,
the
we
boss?
brought him in.
You just brought him.
Yeah, we brought him in, and he was in charge on the books and everything else. Habibi.
They're professional. Yeah.
My brother was already American. I want to spend money. He said, hey, hello.
How you call these things, remember? The cow. Shut.
You have this.
Huh?
You had those
No, in Israel, yes. Short.
Yeah. Then you put something on your hand.
Yeah.
Like this.
No.
Shut.
Ya buğalatları aldık işte.
My brother once, they came to my father and said, Abba, we have to surprise you. I'll surprise you. Yeah, we want to buy you a car. Hi. Which car you want to buy for me? Mercedes. He was eating.
What is that?
And he showed me, I hear you. כמה כסף זה? How much is it? It was $60,000.
Dollars.
It's like a manual calculator.
The spoon fell from his hand. His face changed. I know now it's going to be artillery now. Don't ask about this. I ran away from the room. I don't want to say. He said, who are you, Bakla? Oh, you solve it. A few bucks, and then you might start to go like this. He says, to you that I put $60,000 on the street. You know how I pay? You know how it was? $60,000 I have to pay, and it's gonna stand outside. And now I have to worry if somebody gonna steal it. He said, "This is your brain." Huh? And then don't you ever say it again. Don't you ever.
Well, you have to ask. You can't give us a surprise.
It will kill us. You see, when you grow up as an orphan child, you know how to appreciate stuff. my son, I bought him a Volvo because he has a family, so I bought him a Volvo. You know, like station wagon. Volvo is a nice car, so he came to my father's there. Baba, this car is something new. Hi. I open the door, the car starts to talk. The door on the left side is open. The door on the right side is open. And, you know, the car talks to the person you want it. He said, tell me something. Did the car pay also the bill by the end of the month?
Special teacher.
If the car is so good, if it can talk, the car can pay also. Or the car had to remind you it's time to pay.
Bill is
To my kids.
When your father passed away, the Rabbi Asaf says, like your father gives him money and says, pay for the taxi with the dollar bill, one by one. I don't check in the party.
So it's a good
So you feel it.
You feel it. Don't appreciate it. They were very, very practical people.
Because it wasn't easy to earn the dollar. Today, kids, 15 years old, they have ways of making money.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even have that at our age.
Oh, Robin Hood.
Today, kids,
The kunz is not to make. The kunz is to maintain it, you know, to keep it.
Yes.
You usually people make and then they start to throw it there and then pito, yes.
It's not considered gambling. For example, I have my son, he's knowledgeable in sports and he makes money like this. He makes a bets on games.
Don't do this. We lead you to bad place.
That's how gambling starts.
That's how it starts.
But he uses his knowledge. It's not like
It doesn't make a difference. That's how it starts.
Потом это будет knowledge.
One time you win, 2 times you lose.
same concept with stocks, right?
Yeah,
That's gambling. Same concept. If you're day trading, that's all gambling.
Rabbi,
It's
if I
official
do it, it's gambling. But
with permission.
if I do it because I don't know it, it's a little bit gambling. But he already knows information and he used this, and it's like almost 100% guaranteed.
He, you know, he probably knows the player, like how he plays and
What
whatever.
is his stats last 1 month? I don't want to tell you. It's a lot of garbage involved, but he knows. Still no good, right?
Easy
He's
come,
listening. He's listening.
easy come, easy go. This money is no good, no good. I know people that do that. Any kind of gambling, it's not good because at the end it will end up as addiction. Must be like that. I know people addicted to stock market. They addicted. Every second they look at the phone. What went down up?
Could be their job. Stock market broker, that's what he does. So
His job is to gamble.
There's no sure way you'll make money.
no, but the brokerage company never lose. They never lose. They take bets. They put the stocks up and down. They go, but they always take their money. Of course,
It's
it's a business. That's how they live. Hedge funds.
Charge 2% for the.
Whether the client loses or wins, they get his money.
And then the.
you see, we started this. When you hire a family, it's a problem because then if he's not doing good, you feel bad to fire him. Then your aunt will come and your uncle will come. What did you do? Why did you do it? Give him a chance and so on. When he's a stranger, tell him, Adoni, nice to meet you. Bye-bye. Shalom. Not with family. Brothers, right? If they know how to dress, they say we grew up in one room, 5 brothers. All went through the army, you know, so we managed very well. You know, I left them years ago. I left them, I came here. They paid me everything, every month I got a check, and I didn't need anything. You know?
You close to them?
That's your part of business, right? They pay you your part.
Huh?
Whatever you earn, your part of business, they pay you.
Every month. My brother on his way home, he used to stop by. I was not there. That was our life.
It's based on your good relationship.
Always. You know, always. Even though I didn't eat in their houses,
That's a different story.
because of the standards of the wives. They knew not to invite me to the house, but I invite them to my house, and they always came. They always came. Yes. No, they are.
They live here or in Israel?
Part here, part there. You see, they all went to yeshivot, and they know, but they married, you know. Yes. Yes.
Wife has no power to take you out then.
One of my brothers, he learns Kimat all day. He learns Kimat all day. His wife talking Shabbat. I don't know how he does it.
How do you get married? What a test. How do you get
And
married?
years and years and years.
How did they get married?
He was stubborn. My parents told him, this is not for you. They fought with him. Don't not. He was kind of like a mule.
I'll change.
That's what he wanted. Then now, because he did it and he knows he did it's a mistake, he eats it.
It's your older brother, right?
He is older than me.
I think he's not the brother that used to come on lectures. No? Remember?
No.
One of your brothers.
No, it's not this.
No?
This one is only a year apart. Only 1 year apart. But he is a brother. He learns him out all day. She's like, yeah. So, anyway, every person, even you feel that you helping a lot to your boss, you still have to respect the boss. Why? Because after all, he gave you opportunity. And not vice versa.
Even he's not Jewish, doesn't matter. Give you a job, right?
Yes.
Когда чек берете, спасибо должен сказать.
Mazema,
Friday, when you get a check, you're supposed to say thank you.
When I give check,
This-
I say thank you.
I know, today you say thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your work.
Yeah.
So we say thank you to teach them to say thank you back, but
You see,
unfortunately,
as a captain
thank you.
in the army, you have to follow. You have to follow. The rules, you know, he's going to jail, Habibi. Even though that's the requirement and everything else, I used to come in and say, "Welcome to you. You're doing very well. We're doing very well." He's doing his duties.
Gives people motivation.
Yeah. Yeah. Always, you know. Always, whoever does something for you, even though you cannot manage without him, right? It's going to be very difficult to manage that. He has to say thank you to you. You, from your brain, you know, from common sense, you have to say to him also, thank you. So when you give a check to an employee and thank you for your job, this employee will not leave you so fast.
They're not gonna say, you say thank you all the time. Yapchikak. You know, almost that.
Sometimes you have to do it.
The more they make it up, and the more they don't get. The more
The
you keep them
government,
from-
they do it
In
for us.
America, there are over here, there is a group called headhunters. What's a headhunter? They're looking for good people. If you have a good salesman or something, they come to us and we say, you know, we have a very good job for you. Leave this place and they're gonna pay you much more. They still need people, no much.
One guy came in right in front of my eye.
Yeah.
Came into the shop. I'm a manager of this place. I'm looking for boys. You know, he's like, you know, anybody who's looking for a job, he gave me the card. I was working. I want to kill this guy.
Right?
No, American guy. This club. They have the club in the building. Oh, the guy is older. He's retiring, so they need barbers in the club. Imagine
They have
giving them
those
cards.
claws, yeah.
I said, can you please? This is crazy. Unbelievable. With the straight face. Tie, suit, all like intelligent.
Yeah.
We have benefits, we have this, we have that. This is great.
Yeah, man.
Nagły, zaczniło tak zachować. That's the way it is.
America. Only in America.
Wow, those that pay win. Listen, it's also too many barbershops. Every corner you turn is a barbershop. So now it's going to become only owner operated. That's it. You do a small corner, one chair, you work and sell. This is what's going to happen because every idiot wants to open up a shop today. Everybody wants to be owners.
And yours, I'm good slaves.
Especially Jews.
Rabbi,
Especially
I
Jews.
call New York wholesale place.
What's that?
Wholesale.
Why?
You go outside of New York, haircut double the price, shave double the price.
Yeah.
Here they want for free.
Yeah.
For free. Right now, even they charging $35, $40 is free. In Arizona, the same thing, $65.
Even,
No, take it easy. Not every, no.
When I was in Arizona 5 years ago, haircut here $15, there was $40.
Only in New Jersey, over here was $10. In New Jersey, it was $19.
Yeah, in Jersey and all these places, they still charge.
Outside of New York,
You make much more money.
Much more money.
Atlanta,
because it's
Georgia.
a lot less. A lot less. It's not like here.
huh?
You working for little.
Yes.
Here you work like a donkey for little.
בחנניה אומר כזה אומר, צריך לגור בזה כל ישראל. תיגר מן התורה מצוות של דבר חפץ שמח, סיגר של תורה ויעביר.
Amen.
מה יש לו כבר מה תעשה עם זה? מים תשתה.
Amen.
Amen.